What's going on, my fellow Jedi and Padawans? Welcome back to another Jedi gaming video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel, and if you guys are new, welcome. New season is here. Lots going on in the Destiny world. Solar 3.0 is here, banging off. We have a whole new POI with the Leviathan returning. So much content to go over. Put out 2 videos yesterday on our Nightmare containment, as well as our first weekly rotation for our SEVER mission in H.E.L.M with the Crow and Aldrin. Now in today's video here, we're going to be going over our new secret little items that we find around the map in little gold Calus Bobbleheads. There are 4 of them scattered around this week within the Leviathan, so I'm going to lead you around grabbing you all 4, and then we turn them in the H.E.L.M in that new wing next to the nice old Crown of Sorrow right there, just like we had with our penguins on Europa or our moths last season with Finch. So the first of 4 that we're going to cover is actually inside of that first SEVER mission with H.E.L.M. Now this is while we are doing the part of the mission where we have to hit those 4 manual switches while being chased by that big old cabal that was part of the Crown of Sorrow raid, and you have to grab the wrench and everything like that. So when you actually deposit that wrench and let the force field down to get our second manual override that we pull down, if you look straight up, there's a platform up there that we can get to, which is where our first Calus Bobblehead is. You kind of take this little path on the right hand side, jump up on these pipes and work your way all the way up. Once you collect it, it'll say you have to place him somewhere in the H.E.L.M, but you can go back and do that right away if you want, or like I did, I collected all 4 and then just turned them all in together. Once we collect all of them throughout the weeks, we do get an exotic ghost shell for this as well. Now moving on to Bobbleheads 2, 3, and 4. These are all on the dialect Leviathan in different areas that we have. One in the Royal Pools, one in the Pleasure Garden, and then one in that big main area, the Castellum, where the public event goes on. So we're going to start out by getting the ones in Pleasure Garden and then also Royal Pools, and then we're going to rotate back to Castellum last, just because it is a little bit of RNG to grab that one. So when you first walk into the Pleasure Gardens from our main area in the Castellum, which you take the bottom almost middle way around from the Castellum to the Pleasure Gardens. Once you get in there, there's kind of that dome where you can walk up and drop into, but instead of going into it, you go behind the dog statue, and on the back left-hand side is our second little one inside of the Pleasure Gardens. You can kind of hear them ticking with their head bopping up and down. Now from this area, taking it actually from the Pleasure Gardens over to the Royal Bath, from this second Bobblehead, you go out to the right and there's a little path that you can take through the underbelly of the Leviathan, which pulls you out actually exactly where we need to be within the Royal Baths, because it's up in the far, almost right northeast corner of that Royal Bath area. So we go up and into the bath area, and into the right hand corner there's this hole that we drop down into. Once we go in there, just a couple little enemies to deal with. Around back in this corner here, hiding in the dark, is our third Bobblehead in the Royal Pools area here. Now you can fast travel back to the Castellum if you want, or walk your way back in that little circle that I take here, but our last one in the Castellum is a little RNG based, but it is super easy to grab. So to grab our 4th and final one in the Castellum here, you actually have to complete the tier 3 of the Nightmare containment in this public event area. Once you complete that tier 3 and that boss is defeated, you'll see in the left hand corner that 2 of the lockdown protocols have been lifted inside of the Castellum. This just means that there's 2 doors in the area that have switches, and you are able to open them now and get an extra chest which has either some blue loot in it or just an extra little bit of our seasonal currency, stuff like that. So For this, it's very interesting. I personally throw on Wombo Combo, so I know which doors they're in. I use an auto rifle sniper. When you zoom in your scope, you can see a chest pop up, and you know which door to go to. Now, specifically for this bobblehead, if you take the path that I'm taking here, jump across these pillars with the candle lights on top of them, and right to the entrance of the Castellum, where we actually load in, to the right-hand side, there is a door with a lever. If it shows up having the chest behind that one, this is actually where our Calus Bobblehead is. Now, it's not always this door. When we complete that tier 3, there's about 5 or 6 other doors in this area that it can also open up into. So sometimes you'll get 2 doors and neither one of them is this one here with the bobblehead inside. So it's kind of a little RNG to get our last one. Very interesting aspect of collecting these little things here. Now, once you collect them all, we head back to the helm, like I said, by the Crown of Sorrow. Head to the left here, and you can actually deposit all 4 of them. And you can see we get the #1 fan triumph in our triumphs for this season. And like I said, once we collect, I believe there's going to be 12, so probably 3 weeks of this, we will be able to get an exotic ghost shell. So thank you guys so much for watching for this first one. I'm sure, like I said, we're going to have two more weeks, maybe a little bit more of these nice Calus Bobbleheads around the Leviathan. See where they are. Keep updating you guys on all of that. Thank y'all again so much for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.